Hey you guys, Spencer with Darkside Diesel. So we wanted to just do an overview of our first race for the Holeshot series, for the West Coast Diesel Series. We are really excited for how it turned out and just go over a little bit how it went and what we did to get there. So we tore down the truck and completely tore down the engine. So we honed the cylinders, we got new rings, we had the pistons fly cut 100 thousandths reliefs. We put a stage 5 Colt cam in it. We did a Hamilton 226 CFM head with 1.5-inch valves. We put H-series racing bearings on the crank and the connecting rods, and we did Wagler Street Fighter rods on the truck. We also did a Beans gridlock girdle on the truck. So on top of that, we are running conical Manton valve springs, retainers and keepers, Manton Series 5 push rods, and we are running Manton billet valve bridges. We have our local MasterTech diesel injection shop 100% over injectors. We have dual feeler kit from PPE, and MasterTech also built my LBZ pump and 33% over on my 6.7 pump. So we went through, so we tore the truck down a little bit before the event, but we had it completely tore down and we took 4 days off to reassemble it and get it back in the truck. So it was a crazy time crunch, you know. We had to drive 9 hours to Sacramento on Friday, and luckily, you know, we stayed up from morning till midnight till 2 or whatever it took, all day long, working on the engine, getting the engine back together. We had a couple issues. I actually used my head gasket from Hamilton for a customer's truck. I had to overnight one from Hamilton, from Texas. So I put the block back in. The block was reassembled and ready to go. So I put the block back in, bolted up the trans. We got a head gasket, I believe it was Wednesday at like 5:30 it showed up. So got that on, put the head on, got everything done. So we had the turbos off, plugged the oil galley for the feed on the turbo, and we fired it for the first time at like 12:15 in the morning after getting the head on and everything put back together. We fired it up, truck ran, super excited. got up first thing in the morning, came out, fired the truck up, revved it to 2 grand, just held it there, breaking in the cam. And once we got up to 180 Fahrenheit on our oil, we left the coolant out and we shut her down. We did a hot retorque on the fire ring head gasket. Then we began installing our compound kit. So DPS, Diesel Power Source out of Utah, sent us a 68 billet wheel, high pressure turbo, and an 83 mil billet atmospheric turbo. So this is a kit like anyone can buy. Unfortunately, DPS has been an amazing sponsor. They sent us this kit and we went through the install Thursday. So we were able to get the compounds on, get everything buttoned up, put the whole front clip back on, coolant, got it done. Let's see, about probably midnight again, we were able to take the truck out for the first test drive. Accidentally blew a boot, didn't get the clamp tight enough. So came back limp mode, put the charge pipe back in, tightened the clamp up all the way, drove it, came back, no leaks, super happy. So we shut the truck down, got up Friday morning early, hooked up to a U-Haul trailer we rented, filled it full of tools, and we drove to Sacramento, about 9 hours on our driven break-in oil, got 600 miles on the truck. We got to an AutoZone, parked in their lot, drained the oil, changed the filter, put in 2050 weight diesel racing AMS oil. Saturday morning, the day of the event, we had a small little coolant leak. So we took that apart and we fixed that, and we made it just in time to get checked in and do our tech. So we got real lucky, we made it, we had no issues. We got our break-in time on the truck for the new engine. Everything ran perfect, and we're still running the tuning from our single 67.7 that we had from Diesel Power Source. So I didn't have any time to change the tuning, didn't really know what kind of power it was gonna make. Knew it would make more now that we have a stage 5 cam, we have valve reliefs, we have a high flow head from Hamilton, and we got compounds. Pretty freaking exciting. So we went there, we had 3 qualifying passes. We went down the track the first time in tune 4, left about 10 pounds of boost, and ran a 745, I believe it was, the first qualifying pass. And now we're in the 770 index, so you're not allowed to go faster than 7.7 seconds in the 1/8 of a mile. We beat that. So we didn't know what it was gonna do. And so we turned it down for the next qualifying pass to tune 2. And we ran still a 7.6 something. So we're still too fast. So 3rd qualifying pass, we're going, okay, we gotta get this thing right. So we put it in tune 1. We left the line 5 pounds of boost and let out before we hit the line, and we ran a 7.71, qualified number 1. Couldn't be more happy, just to be spot on, not really knowing 100% if letting out and leaving less boost was gonna be too slow or still too fast, but it was dead on the money. So we got to buy the first round. So we just cruised down the track, kept it nice and easy. We went back on our second round. We did a similar thing, left on 5 pounds of boost, and the truck's just hooking. We let tire pressure down a lot, and the truck just hooked and pulled and shift flawlessly. So we ran, I think, like a 7.8 on that run, and we beat our competitor. So we went into the finals and we actually, truck left perfect, did the same thing again, left perfect. The driver going against us spun off the line, so more than halfway down the track, already knew that if we didn't break out of our time bracket, we'd have the win. So I actually let out, hit the brakes, and still ran a 7.9. So super happy.
87 with a 5, currently number 3 qualified. Those are pretty decent on the 3, but it doesn't look like you can run the number. Left side Spencer, going to try to improve, and he will. 770. Hand side Colton Thomas out of Galt, California. The 04 GMC Sierra, number 3 qualifier with a 789 with a 4. Right side Spencer Schultz, your number 1 qualifier with a 777 out of Wilder, Idaho. He drove a long way. He said, I better win this thing. Hell yeah. Colton rolling through the main, getting the win to Spencer Schultz. Spencer 783 with an 8 at 85 miles an hour, and he will move on to the 70 index left-hand side. Spencer Schultz, Wilder, Idaho. Darkside Diesel sponsored 07 Dodge Ram, your number 1 qualifier. Right side, Daryl Arkham, Spring Creek, Nevada, 55 years old. The 06 Silverado, number 2 qualifier. Pre-stage, Daryl's in, Spencer's in. Daryl spins the tires, and he was late to begin with. Spencer on the brakes, and he's going to take the win. 793 with a 2 at 77 miles an hour. Spencer going to take home.
So super happy, we won the event. First event of the year, first event we've ever done as a company or even with not being a company. And we were able to take home the win, build the truck in 4 days, go there, you know, on our break-in oil, change our oil, and just do it as a team and compete and win, you know, for our sponsors and for Idaho. And we're so happy to be here at this place and time. We just want you to enjoy this video, see what we did and the process we went through on our build. So big shout out to Diesel Power Source for the amazing compound kit. We couldn't be more happy with it. The power is just amazing. The cool EGTs, I mean, the truck's just a monster with it. It spools 1400 RPMs, which is nuts for a 68 mil. And so we're just gonna be happier. And then Diesel Performance Converters is one of our sponsors. And we have a triple disc 2200 stall from them. And they make the best converters out there. I mean, that's why we use them in all of our transmission builds. AirDog hooked us up with a 200 gallon per hour pump, and we're super happy with that. I like to use those in a lot of my builds, but shout out goes to all of our sponsors, and we're just gonna be happier as a company and where we are, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you.